everybody deserves to be in a happy place. I feel that everybody should be able to speak the truth, no matter what that is. Be happy, and that's where I'm going to be. That's where I'm going to be. I'm going to get this off my chest, really. And that's it.
The internet has seen a lot of messy breakups, but every once in a while, a story comes along that makes people stop scrolling and really pay attention. A story filled with regret, pride, heartbreak, and the painful realization that sometimes the person you hurt the most is the one you can never get back. And right now, that story belongs to Martell Holt and Melody Shari. For years, their relationship played out in front of millions of viewers. Fans watched their love story, their success, their arguments, and eventually, their painful breakup. What once looked like a perfect power couple slowly turned into one of reality television's most emotional and complicated separations. But just when people thought the drama between them had finally settled, something unexpected happened. Martell Holt shocked everyone. During a recent public appearance and a series of emotional statements, Martell did something that nobody saw coming. The confident businessman who once acted like he had everything under control suddenly looked different. His voice was softer, his words carried regret. And then he said it. He admitted that losing Melody might have been the biggest mistake of his life. Suddenly, the internet exploded with reactions. Some people felt sympathy. Others rolled their eyes, saying they had heard this before. But one thing became clear very quickly. Martell wasn't just talking about the past anymore. He was begging for another chance. And the question that now has everyone watching closely is simple. Is it already too late? Because sometimes apologies come after the damage is already done.
Playing mind games, that's just what he does. Like him showing up here today with these flowers, this smile on his face like Prince Charming, when we all know that he's responsible for all of the stuff happening on social media pertaining to me. That could change people's opinions about me by him giving these false narratives. He's responsible for that.
To really understand why this moment feels so intense, you have to go back to the beginning of their story. Long before the headlines, the arguments, and the public drama, Martell Holt and Melody Shari were seen as one of the most admired couples in their community. They weren't just husband and wife, they were business partners, parents, and ambitious dreamers building a life together. When viewers first met them on Love and Marriage Huntsville, they looked unstoppable. They had charisma, they had success, and they had the kind of chemistry that made people believe in their partnership. Together, they built businesses, raised 4 beautiful children, and worked hard to create a legacy.
Don't focus on the past. She can't see all the great stuff that I'm doing in the present. And I feel that being the father of her 4 children, she should want to be on a better page. She should want what's best for all of us, instead of just being so nitpicky and focus on all these small little things that happened so long ago.
Melody was often seen as the calm, focused force behind many of their achievements. She handled business with intelligence and discipline, while also balancing motherhood and entrepreneurship. Fans admired her strength and the way she carried herself with grace. Martell, on the other hand, brought confidence and charm. He was outspoken, ambitious, and proud of the empire they were building together. When the two worked side by side, they looked like the perfect example of what teamwork in marriage could achieve, at least on the surface, because behind the scenes, cracks had already begun forming. As the show continued, viewers started noticing moments that felt uncomfortable. Small disagreements turned into heated conversations. Interviews revealed tension that hadn't been obvious before. And then the rumors started. Whispers about infidelity began circulating both online and within their social circles. At first, many fans refused to believe it. They had invested in the image of Martell and Melody as a power couple. But the truth eventually came out. Martell had been involved in a long-term affair. When the details surfaced, it didn't just shock fans, it shattered the foundation of their marriage.
You be shaking your dang on head at yourself. You always doing it. You was doing it 3 days ago in Houston. What is you blowing up and saying all these inaccuracies for to these people? You always doing that. You always doing No, it ain't accurate. No, it's not actually accurate. You said to me that when we were married, I was going to hotels cheating on you. That's a goddamn lie.
I didn't say you wanted to.
Yes, you did.
I didn't say that you was.
Yes, you did.
There's
and
a
you've said it
possibility.
multiple times.
There's a possibility, because like me.
Well, we know you were cheating.
It's okay. Okay. I'm sorry for that.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Not
If
sorry
I knew
for
they was
cheating.
going to destroy what we had, all this, it wouldn't have been like it is.
Melody had spent years supporting their family and building businesses alongside him. Discovering that betrayal forced her to face a painful decision: stay in a broken marriage or walk away and rebuild her life. For a while, she tried to hold things together. Many people could see the pain in her eyes during certain moments on the show. She wanted her family to stay intact. She wanted the father of her children to choose their marriage. But eventually, the truth became impossible to ignore. The trust was gone, and Melody made the decision that changed everything. She filed for divorce. When their separation became public, fans flooded social media with reactions. Some blamed Martell entirely. Others hoped the couple would somehow reconcile. But Melody stood firm. She walked away from the relationship and began focusing on healing, raising her children, and building her own identity outside the marriage. Meanwhile, Martell struggled with the consequences of his actions. For a while, he tried to appear confident, as if the divorce hadn't shaken him. He gave interviews, stayed active on television, and continued presenting himself as a successful businessman. But behind that image, things weren't as simple as they seemed. Because losing Melody didn't just end a marriage, it changed the direction of his life. After the divorce, Martell attempted to move forward by building new relationships. One of the most talked about situations involved Ariane Curry, the same woman connected to the affair that destroyed his marriage. At first, it seemed like Martell was trying to start a new chapter. But the relationship quickly became surrounded by controversy, arguments, and public drama. Social media exchanges, emotional accusations, and messy online discussions kept the situation constantly trending. And instead of creating peace in his life, it seemed to bring even more chaos. Eventually, that relationship collapsed too. But the twists didn't stop there. Not long after that situation cooled down, Martell's name was suddenly linked to another famous face, Shari Whitfield from The Real Housewives of Atlanta. At first, fans were curious. The two appeared together at events, shared moments on social media, and hinted at a romantic connection. Some people believed Martell had finally found a fresh start. Others were skeptical, wondering if the relationship would survive the pressure surrounding his past. For a short time, everything looked promising. But then, quietly, things began to change. Shari started appearing alone more often. Subtle clues appeared online. Posts were deleted, photos stopped appearing together. And before long, it became obvious. That relationship had ended too. What nobody expected, however, was what Martell did next. Instead of moving forward silently, he started doing something that caught everyone's attention. He began talking about Melody again. At first, it was subtle. Throwback photos with his children, posts about family values, emotional captions about regret and lessons learned. Then the tone became even more direct. During interviews and live appearances, Martell started speaking openly about the past. He talked about mistakes, he talked about losing his family, and more than once, he admitted something that many people felt was long overdue. He said losing Melody was the biggest mistake of his life. But here's the twist that made the story explode across social media. He didn't just admit regret, he started publicly asking for another chance. During one emotional moment, Martell spoke about how much he missed having his children under one roof. He talked about how success, money, and fame meant nothing if his family was broken. His voice sounded different, less confident, more reflective. For a man who had spent years defending his choices, this felt like a dramatic shift. Clips of the moment spread across the internet within hours. Some viewers felt sympathy. They believed he had finally learned from his mistakes. They saw a man who looked humbled by life. But others weren't convinced. Critics pointed out a pattern. Every time Martell faced a public setback, a failed relationship, a business issue, or negative headlines, he seemed to return to the same message: regret, apology, nostalgia for the life he once had with Melody. And that's what made this moment so complicated, because while Martell was publicly expressing remorse, Melody was living a completely different reality. Over the past few years, Melody Shari has transformed her life. She expanded her businesses, she released music, she built a strong personal brand, and most importantly, she focused on raising her children and protecting her peace. Fans began noticing something powerful about her journey. She wasn't constantly responding to drama. She wasn't arguing online. She wasn't throwing shade. Instead, she looked calm, confident, and focused on growth. That silence spoke louder than any argument ever could, which is why Martell's public begging suddenly felt even more dramatic, because the woman he was asking for another chance had already moved forward. And when Melody was asked about the situation, her response, or lack of one, said everything. She stayed silent. No emotional reaction, no public conversation, just distance. People close to her have reportedly said she's focused on maintaining peace in her life and protecting the environment around her children. After everything she endured, that peace is something she refuses to risk again. And honestly, that might be the most emotional part of this entire story. Watching Martell now, many viewers say they see a man carrying the weight of his past decisions. For years, he defended his actions and tried to control the narrative, but time has a way of revealing truths that pride once tried to hide. Because losing Melody wasn't just losing a partner, it meant losing the woman who helped build his foundation. Together, they created businesses, memories, and a family structure that once looked unbreakable. And when that structure collapsed, the consequences didn't disappear overnight. They followed him through relationships, through public criticism, through every moment where he had to face the reality of what he lost. But here's the painful truth many people are now pointing out. Growth doesn't always mean getting another chance. Sometimes growth simply means learning to live with the consequences of your actions. Melody's journey has become something bigger than just a divorce story. To many viewers, she represents strength, healing, and self-respect. She walked away from betrayal and rebuilt her life piece by piece. And in doing so, she showed many people something important. Healing doesn't require revenge. It requires boundaries. So now, the world is watching closely. Will Martell continue trying to prove he's changed? Will Melody ever open the door to reconciliation? Or has that chapter of their story already closed forever? Right now, nobody knows the answer, but one thing is clear. The man who once believed he had everything under control is now the one asking for forgiveness, and the woman who once fought to save their marriage is now standing quietly in her power. Sometimes the loudest message isn't spoken at all. Sometimes it's silence. And in this story, Melody's silence might be saying everything Martell needs to hear.